Welcome to 5-Minute Bedtime Stories, brought to you by TaleBot, your child's AI storyteller. Want to create a bedtime story for your child? Visit talebotai.com/create. Now, let's sit back and enjoy the story.
Noemi's Snowy Surprise, a magical winter adventure. A special bedtime story for Noemi. Once upon a time, in a cozy little town nestled among tall, snow-covered mountains, there lived a curious and kind-hearted girl named Noemi. Noemi had a heart full of wonder and a mind full of imagination. She loved exploring the magical world around her and finding joy in the simplest of things. Every night, before she went to sleep, Noemi's grandmother would tell her enchanting stories about mystical creatures and faraway lands. These stories would transport Noemi to a world of dreams and fill her heart with happiness. One wintry evening, as the frosty wind howled outside, Noemi snuggled under her warm blankets, ready for another fantastic bedtime story. Her grandmother smiled and began, "Tonight, my dear Noemi, I will tell you the tale of Little Owl Snow." Noemi's eyes widened with anticipation as her grandmother continued. Little Owl was a wise and curious bird who lived in a tall, old tree at the edge of the forest. He had seen the leaves change color and flutter to the ground, signaling the arrival of winter. Little Owl couldn't contain his excitement. "Winter's almost here," he exclaimed. Noemi imagined herself perched on a branch next to Little Owl, feeling the chill in the air and watching leaves dance on the wind. She listened intently as her grandmother painted a vivid picture with her words. As winter arrived, Little Owl and his friend, Raccoon, embarked on a grand adventure. Together, they explored the snowy landscape, marveling at the sparkling icicles and the way the snow blanketed everything in sight. Noemi's heart fluttered with excitement as she imagined herself frolicking in the snow alongside Little Owl and Raccoon. One day, as they were venturing deeper into the wintry woods, Little Owl and Raccoon stumbled upon a hidden clearing. In the center of the clearing stood a magnificent snow castle, glistening in the sunlight. Noemi's eyes widened with wonder as she pictured herself standing before the majestic snow castle, its towers reaching up to the sky. Noemi's grandmother continued. Little Owl and Raccoon couldn't believe their eyes. They knew they had discovered something truly magical. As they approached the castle, they heard a soft, tinkling laughter. It was the Snow Fairies, dancing and twirling in their shimmering gowns, spreading joy wherever they went. Noemi could almost hear the tinkling laughter and see the fairies' graceful movements. She felt her heart fill with warmth and happiness. The Snow Fairies invited Little Owl and Raccoon to join their winter celebration. They taught them how to build snowmen and have snowball fights. They even taught them how to ice skate on a frozen pond, gliding across the ice with grace and laughter. Noemi's imagination soared as she envisioned herself skating hand in hand with Little Owl, laughing all the way. But as the sun began to set and the moon rose high in the sky, it was time for Little Owl and Raccoon to bid farewell to the Snow Fairies. With a heavy heart, they returned home, carrying the memories of their magical winter adventure. Noemi's grandmother whispered, "And so, my dear Noemi," as Little Owl and Raccoon snuggled into their cozy nests, they knew that winter would always hold a special place in their hearts. They learned that the changing of seasons brings new and exciting adventures, even in the coldest of times. Noemi smiled, feeling the warmth of her grandmother's words wrap around her like a soft, comforting blanket. She hugged her grandmother tightly and whispered, "Thank you for the beautiful story, Grandma. I can't wait for my own winter adventure." Her grandmother kissed her forehead and said, "Sleep well, my sweet Noemi, and dream of the magical wonders that await you in the snowy world. Remember, the greatest adventures often happen in the most unexpected places." With a heart full of dreams, Noemi closed her eyes and drifted into a peaceful slumber, ready to embrace her very own winter adventure when the snowflakes danced outside her window. And as the moonlight painted the room with a soft glow, Noemi's dreams carried her to a world of laughter, friendship, and the enchanting joy of Little Owl Snow. The end.
Thank you for joining us on this enchanting journey. If you enjoyed tonight's story, remember, the magic doesn't have to end here. Craft your own adventure with TaleBot by visiting talebotai.com/create. And as a special treat, use the coupon code TALE99 at checkout to get your bedtime story for just 99 cents, instead of the usual $2.99. Sweet dreams, and until our next tale.